Be saying if you get ready for Canada, you shouldn't be playing City FC. They've been asking for quality, grade A in Nigeria Football Federation, the Super Falcons. Well, let's just hope it's the Super Falcons. Let's see what they can get out of that one. When they play the first leg against Mali in Abuja, we would know if they will actually be right there at the Rio 2016 Olympics. And I'll tell you one way that the Super Falcons can demolish Mali. If you're in Abuja, make out some time. Yes. If you're nearby, if you're in Kano, Kaduna, you can go to the stadium, support these ladies. They've never failed Nigeria. Talking about the Super Falcons.
They've never failed.
So let's give them our support. Go to the stadium, support the Super Falcons when they take on Mali on Saturday. Still talking women's football, the Nigeria Women's Premier League. We like it. Cecilia, good one. It wasn't postponed. Week 1, what did you see?
Week 1, we saw a lot of goals, especially the game on Sunday. I mean, Oshun Babes and Ibom Queens. That one ended 3-2. They actually have one girl actually scoring a hat-trick for Oshun Babes. And the other result, you have FC Robo and Bayelsa Queens 2-1. Bayelsa Queens getting that one, all 3 points away from home. Taraba Queens and Pelican Stars end in favor of the home side. And Delta Queens and Confluence Queens, Delta Queens winning that one by 2-1. Adamawa Queens and Mountain White Doves. I will not envy them. They're just coming into the Pro League, into the Premier League, and of course from the Pro League. And it wasn't a good welcome for them, losing to Adamawa Queens by 3-0. And Edo Queens and Nassau, they had to share the spoils there. And Oshun Babes and Ibom Queens, that ended 3-2. And that was the only game that was played on Sunday. Now, another good thing is that you talk about support for the Super Falcons on Saturday. All the games for the Women's League that should have been played on Saturday, all of them will now hold on Sunday. So it cannot give opportunity for the clubs and the players that really want to go to the stadium to cheer the girls up, to actually go there and watch them play. So all the games, all the week 2 games scheduled for Saturday, all of them will now hold on Sunday. Those are actually a plus for the Women's League. I think they're actually taking the fact that, okay, our girls are playing, we really need to support them, and because of that, they had to shift some of their games. So you actually have new teams, joining the women's team. It's now 14 clubs. Last season we actually had like 11, but later they said we're going to have some, and right now you're having 16 teams. So you have a COD Ladies of Lagos and Capital City White Doves of Abuja. So these 2 teams will be joining them. For Sunshine Queens, who could not play their week 1 game, they will be playing COD Ladies. And of course, you have Capital City White Doves who will be playing Rivers Angels, who did not play their week 1 games because they were waiting for Nigeria Football Federation to actually approve the clubs that will be joining them. So they've approved these clubs. So these clubs will now be part of the Premier League. And of course, it's on a warm welcome for them because they're playing the top stars in the league. Rivers Angels know what they did last season, winning everything winnable, and of course winning all their home matches. So it's not going to be a good welcome for these ladies at all, just coming into the top flight.
And maybe they might just even create a stunner.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen.
So welcome COD Ladies and Capital City White Doves. Wow, Cecilia, I was counting the goals. 19 goals scored week 1 of the Nigeria Women's Premier League. You see, excitement is also happening in that league. So if you also have the time, come on guys, it's not just the Super Eagles. Let's make some time to support women's football in the country. Let's leave football, Cecilia. Athletics. So much comes out of athletics whenever they go for a championship. We talk and talk and talk and talk. Then after weeks, we just go to sleep, and then it starts struggling. Nobody gives it attention.
But I think, if you check what happened in Bahamas, we're talking about that. I mean, when the girls actually, against all odds, they were able to win the 4 by 200 meters. I'm really happy. You had the Jamaicans there, you had the Americans there, and of course, for the girls to have come to win that was really cool. But it was the aftermath that was really shocked at when one of the big stars, the biggest we have right now in athletics, there's nothing you can do about it. She is the biggest or the hottest hotcake when you talk about athletes in Nigeria. Blessing Okagbai, on her Facebook page, she has to post that fact that, okay, they selected the team and all that. I mean, they actually asked herself the question, when they lost in the 4 by 100 meters, I mean, who picked that team? They came 7th. Although the good thing was that they were able to qualify for the 4 by 100 meters relay in Rio. That's a plus for. So we know that we already have a team for that one down. But another question is, when she talked about the fact that, hey, they selected the teams, they selected the 4 by 100 meters. I don't know about that. But another thing is, taking it and kind of swipe at your administrators and all that. AFN actually spending so much money on foreign athletes and all. It's actually rejoined to that, because the question we're asking ourselves is, you have some of the boys and girls when they were trying to go for championship, Mauritius and all that, looking for money here and there. You had about 27 athletes going. Later it was cut down. At the end of the day, you had just 12 going for a medal you're supposed to defend in the country. At the end of the day, you just couldn't defend that simply because of what happened. So at the end of the day, what we're hearing from AFN is that there's a rejoinder to that. I mean, actually saying an athlete of her caliber is not supposed to go on a Facebook page. When you have issues with your administrator, you sort it out. But when you now go on the Facebook page and talk about the fact that they're pumping money into athletes and AFN, of course, remember they claimed that they didn't have money. Yeah. So we don't really know which is a fact. But if the rejoinder is actually on the fact that this actually still saying they really don't have money. So if she can just name some of the athletes that are pumping money into, the foreign athletes coming to run for Nigeria. And another fact that actually faulted what she wrote on Facebook page was the fact that when she said that some of these athletes don't come for, for the meet. I saw Mark Jerks and the others, O'Connor and all that, Mark O'Connor, all of them, they actually came, last year to Nigeria for, was it not last year, before the Commonwealth Games, they came for the trials and all that. So,
and then smashed the records and the likes cannot make.
And they were not really happy about that. Well, my point is, she actually made a point, okay, let's focus also be on developing young athletes. Well, check the development they've made. Blessing, that's a blessing. Divine Oduduru and S.A. Brume wouldn't have come up if they had not actually, taken time. We have about 6 to 7 of Nigerian athletes now going to the US that were picked when they went to Ukraine because of their performance. So if they had not gone for that championship, young athletes, they wouldn't have had that opportunity. But I think maybe they should just do more. Maybe that's her point. Maybe that's her point. But
and the AFN coming out to say, Blessing Okagbare with a caliber shouldn't come out to speak. But when you're an integral part of a team and you see some things going wrong, you should speak out.
But I think you either just come categorically and condemn everything they've been doing because you were a part of that system, because you were picked from the school. Now, if all their focus was actually on foreign athletes, I don't think she would have been discovered at all, because she was picked right from the school before the National Sports Festival started. And of course, she was picked from the National Sports Festival. Before you know it, she got a scholarship to go to the US. So when you have this, when you benefited from a system, so you can easily just say, okay, I want people to do more for the home-based athletes. But if you check when the funds are not coming, remember we talked about it on this program, on this show, that look, when the NSC and of course the Ministry of Sports and all that, they had issues, so money was not really coming out. Talk about table tennis, of course, they didn't have money to travel. So when you have a National Sports Commission not bringing that money, so where would the federation now get money to actually promote home-based athletes? Now, in those days, I remember they used to talk about the fact that they have grants for athletes, but it came up to a point whereby they'll tell you that if you don't meet a particular standard, you will not get the grants that you want. Now, how do you meet that grant when you can't even start from anywhere? So where are you going to start from? So it simply means maybe government on its own also has to see how they can promote sport at school level. So when you're in school and you're able to make that particular standard, so getting out, it's very easy for you to actually get the money, if they will give it to you. But I think maybe National Sports Commission can also help federation for them to be able to pump money on the athletes here. Because when your federation fails, you go to Olympics, go to Commonwealth Games, and you don't get medals. I mean, the administrators are the ones that slam, not knowing that preparations was not there. Maybe that's the reason AFN usually sometimes just check, okay, there's some Nigerian athletes who are over there, they want to run for Nigeria, though they've never been to the country, and they indicate interest. They feel, okay, fine, if you can win medals for us, why not come? Now check the 4x200 meters that they won the gold medal. Only Blessing Okagbare, is homegrown.
That's it. So the moral of the story, Blessing Okagbare was discovered from the school. We need to get back to the schools. We need to get back to grassroots for Nigerian sports to shine again. I'm talking about one sport that has actually gone grassroots and reaping the benefits, but lately, because it has been abandoned, is table tennis. Table tennis on a good growth development. We're seeing it. Last year was a phenomenal year for table tennis in Nigeria. Aruna Quadri, ITTF Star Player of the Year winner, and it went all the way to number 30 in the world. But Cecilia, sad story, because Aruna Quadri has dropped to 44th in the world.
It happens. Look at that. It happens because, when you're at the top, you have to be at the top of your game regularly. And you have to be at the very best. You have to compete with the very best for you to be able to remain there. Now, check when they were preparing for the World Cup. What happened? Everyone was actually looking for money. That's a distraction there. And who is your coach? That's the first question you're going to ask. Now, we're talking about the fact that when the other lady, I'm trying to remember her name now, when she was playing... Funke, when she played a game against world number 1, people were like, who is with her? There was nobody. There was nobody on the bench. But the person she was playing against